Inside the Circle, episode 7.1. Season 4 is coming to an end. Sean, it's been a great season, but now we're coming on to the farewell. I really don't want it to end, but it's going to have to. Speaking of the end, we are going to have whiteboard predictions. The contest will be coming up. It will be a good time to have by all.
Do you really want to use contest? I mean, is it really a contest?
Is this your way of saying that you're going to win no matter what?
That's my way of saying yes.
Well, we'll make the people think that it's a contest.
With this illusionary gift.
Yeah, we'll do all that stuff. We'll do all that. We will have, what do you call them, rules or...
rules is good.
Rules works.
Yeah.
And we'll have ways to enter, and it'll all be good. You'll just submit an email to us on by Monday, and it'll all be good. So let's get into it, Sean. This past week, we had state duels. Into the finals now. Every district is represented by who they're going to have. We had OCC, Thursday Night Thunder, and Sean, I don't know if you were listening, but there was some thunder that night.
You know, I thought it was supposed to be clear.
No, there was thunder that night, yes. That was bad. All North happened up at Dublin Jerome. Great tournament to be had by all. And then a league tournament. Licking County League out of Licking County. Of course, it would be Licking County because it's a Licking County League.
Easy there, man. I've met some of those humdingers out of Licking County, man. I wouldn't be shocked if that tournament wasn't held in Hocking County, but...
Hey, wait a minute. I resemble that.
Exactly. So you just made the argument for me, Licking County guy here.
Dang it! Well, Sean, let's get back to it. Let's go. State duels. State duels, we had Lancaster and Marysville. At Lancaster, we had Lancaster taking on Westerville North on one mat. On the other mat was Delaware Hayes taking on Watkins Memorial. Sean, we were there. What did you see? How did it go down for you?
I think both regions kind of went according to plan here. We talked about Delaware being the heavy favorite, and they came out of the blocks red hot. I think they won around 62-10 against Watkins. On the other side, we talk about this great barn burner match, which was probably going to be the match of that site. That site in Westboro North and Lancaster was actually tied at 31-31 going into the heavyweight match, and Aaron Everett of Lancaster pulls it out at the end for them to advance 34-31 before they took on Delaware and lost by maybe around 26 points or so.
I think it was, yes.
So Delaware Hayes, as Mark is wearing the shirt to give them some support today.
Mad love, yo!
Is the representative out of that region for the Central District.
Certainly, and the other site was Marysville's site. Marysville takes on Hilliard Bradley on one mat. The other mat had Dublin Kaufman taking on Central Crossing. Dublin Kaufman walks away your winner. Marysville walks away your winner on the mats. They meet. 20 minutes later, they wrestle, and Dublin Kaufman is your winner of that. So we have, who are all our representatives? D1, D2, and then D3.
Yeah, as Mark said, Dublin Kaufman and Delaware will be the representatives from D1. We do not have any D2 representatives out of Columbus this year.
Right.
And then in D3, Amanda Clear Creek won their region to advance as well. Looking at the bracket, Delaware drew Elyria as the 6th seed against the 3 seed. I really thought that was a bad draw for Delaware. I really thought they would matched up better with maybe Massillon Perry or even St. Ed's, who's the number 1 seed. But Elyria, Delaware Hayes' strength is in their middleweights, and that's basically where Elyria is.
Yes.
So basically, Delaware Hayes got a kid ranked 7th or 8th in the state, and Elyria's got a kid like 4 or 5 there. So it just kind of isn't a good matchup for them, but you never know. That's why they wrestle the matches.
That is why they wrestle the matches. I love that, Sean. That was a good one.
Dublin Kaufman got the 7th seed there. I kind of thought they'd be a little bit higher, to be honest with you, in the seeding, but they drew Brecksville. I don't think any matches of note are going to happen in that match, other than the 220, where Ben Fry is going to wrestle.
I don't know that kid's name. You're
right.
But
I think he's ranked like 5th or 6th in the state, so that's going to be a good gauge for Ben Fry to find out where he's at as well. As we talked about, there's no one in D2, and then Amanda Clear Creek drew Mechanicsburg, who's got like 7 kids ranked in the top 10 in the state. But I talked to Coach Smith about that. He's like, they're going to probably win those 7. We just got to win the other 7.
Yes.
So you never know what's going to happen. Both the Division I schools wrestle at 1:15 on Sunday, which is good though. So we can. It's not like one's 11 o'clock and one's at 1:15.
True.
We're going to watch both of them in action at the same time. So I think that is a benefit for the Central District D1 guys who want to go watch that.
By any chance, do you know what time the D3 wrestles? And I have no idea.
Well, all 3 divisions can be wrestled
at the
one
same time. Okay, cool, gotcha.
It's either a 11 o'clock start or a 1:15 start.
Gotcha.
The 1:15 start.
Totally cool. Any plans for Valentine's Day? Are you going to the state duels?
I am going to state duels.
Oh, you are?
I am. A group of us are going to meet down at the varsity club. Drink, get to the point where we can tell the refs what we think there at 1:15. So,
hey, well, I'm certainly not scared. If I show up down there, don't kick me out, all right?
That's 2. You're crazy, man. You're missing a good match, ref.
Right on, man. Certainly stalling. Let's go Thursday Night Thunder from here. That was Wednesday night. Let's go Thursday Night Thunder. We had one match that was on tap that was going to be fantastic, a barn burner of all sorts. We had Dublin Kaufman visiting into Olentangy Liberty, and Olentangy Liberty, I think they do it right. They got the spotlight going.
Yeah.
They got their own facility, obviously. They put the center mat. I think they do a good job. Sean, you were there. Bring it down to the masses. How did it go according to you?
Ooh, I was there. This was a crazy match. And, you know, I think maybe a week or two out, we weren't sure if we were going to get this match because Dublin Kaufman basically went from Central Crossing
Yes.
to Marysville to Olentangy
Yes.
Liberty. I mean, they really were in a gauntlet there, but it was an exciting match. It came down. I think the takeaway from this, people were unhappy with the reffing both ways, and I think both teams thought they were cheated.
Justified, right.
It's just that Dublin Kaufman got cheated last in the people's eyes, and that's what we're going to remember. But the match was more than that. I think, for one, I always thought Dublin Kaufman was underrated this year. I don't know why I got beat up with those guys. I mean, they've done everything right. They
Right
won
on.
state duels, and they take Liberty to the brink. I mean, at the end of the day, they really did have Liberty beat. I mean, that wasn't a legal slam at 152. I mean, no one's denying that.
Right.
If Plaisar stays down, the match is over with Dublin Kaufman winning. But they didn't want to win it that way, and Liberty ended up winning 34-33. But I think
Right.
Dublin Kaufman out-wrestled them. And, we talked all year about Liberty in general. They have yet to put the team on the mat. It just seems like it's got a bunch of cowboys up there sometimes. Like Dublin Kaufman, when they got their kid on the back, they were going for the pin.
Yes.
There's no denying. We were getting a pin. That's the most I can get in this match. I'm getting the pin. Where Liberty guys kind of get their guy on their back and kind of let him up, and they were getting techs as opposed to Dublin Kaufman pins. I mean, at some point, you got to have that championship unity I've talked about, and I just haven't seen it yet in Liberty. And I seen on thread that people were talking about holes exposed. I don't think holes were exposed as much as team unity was exposed in that match. So, but again, Olentangy Liberty did come out in the win. Maybe this can help them get refocused going into next week against Marysville and sectionals and districts going forward.
Most certainly.
They do wrestle Marysville next Thursday at Marysville.
Who's they? Olentangy Liberty.
Liberty. Thank you. They wrestle at Marysville next week for the league title. Basically, if Liberty wins, they will be champs, and if they lose, they will tie with Dublin Kaufman, as they both will have 1 losses. But I expect Liberty to come on top here. I think they're just a better matchup for Marysville than they were with Dublin Kaufman. So
True.
I think
I can see that.
I just think how that match is going to go down. So.
Most
That was
certainly.
basically Thursday Night Thunder. There were some other matches going on as well around the area, but I think that was the one that people have been talking about the last week and kind of honed on. So that's why we talk about that.
I love it. Sean, that's great insight. I'm looking forward to next week. Obviously, I can't go anywhere except where I'm going to be. However, I'm looking forward to the results. Please continue to post those and send those to itc.rankings.
I would be willing to wager we have an ITC representative at that Marysville Liberty match if I had to take a flying guess. So.
Okay, no flying guesses. Just take a guess.
Just
I don't
something
need
to
you
think about
flying.
there.
Sean, more events that you were able to attend. We mentioned the All North earlier, and the All North tournament. Pretty good field. You were there. What was your impression of the All North?
I think the district's starting to come alive for some of these teams. Some guys that were ranked high at the beginning of the year really weren't producing. I really seen them take a step forward. Mount Vernon comes out on top with 160 points there. Who
Yes.
else was up there placing high?
Well, your D3 representative, state representative, Amanda Clear Creek was there. They had 109 points. They got second place, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
They scored 109 points. Taze Valley was there. They came in third with 104.5, not too far behind.
Okay.
Amanda Clear Creek. And who was Upper Arlington got fourth up there.
Okay.
So good for Upper Arlington, man.
Okay, yeah, what's my question?
Did the home team have a champ?
Did the home team have a champ?
Not one, not two, but 3 champs.
Oh, was that near fault?
Yeah, that was. Yeah. Who are my champs? Let's see. Dublin Jerome walks away with 3 champs. One at TransU.
TransU wins.
Yes.
Malachi Strickland, who really looked great. The kid's finally rounding back into form. Really won over a very good field. And then Jake Isley at 160 also won
Yes.
as well. A couple other teams had multiple champs there. Mount Vernon, the winner of the tournament,
yes.
had a winner at 13 with Farmer, then had 52 with Hinkle, and then 82 with Spurgeon. Taze Valley had 2 champs at 126 and 220 with Aller. And then Hilliard Davidson also had 2 champs with Gio DeSabato at 106, and then Demetrius Monroe winning at 132 over a solid field as well.
Excellent. That's a great job. That's a great tournament. And I know the champs get what they deserve.
I don't know what they got this year.
I saw a jacket and I saw a
They didn't
bracket.
have a jacket again this year?
Maybe it was a holder from last year, but I really thought I saw a
Okay.
jacket, a Rudis jacket with the emblem, the Dublin Jerome, and then they got their bracket, a pretty oversized bracket, maybe 20 by 30 oversized bracket.
Kind of like better brackets than they got at the.
No, you don't get better. You don't get better than the Cruiser Invitational, baby. Sean, we were going to mention one more tournament, the Licking County League tournament. Licking Valley is your champs. They walk away champs with 319 points, followed by a team that we thought were on the cusp in the Division I top 10 boards. Watkins Memorial, they finished with 276 points, and then Granville walks away with 187 points. So Licking Valley has 5 champs. That's, yes, 5 champs. They had, who's the guy, 120, Addison Fogel. They also had Martinez at 138. They had Moran at 160, Van Meter at heavyweight, and perhaps the surprise champ was Fout. Ethan Fout wins 170 over Josiah
I thought he
Harrell.
won a tournament 2 weeks ago.
Josiah or
No,
Ethan Fout?
I think he won for them like 2 weeks ago or a week ago.
Way to go, Fout! Good job. He also won. He also won over state qualifier Josiah Harrell from Licking Heights. Sorry, Licking Heights.
Okay.
Watkins Memorial walks away with 3 champs. They had full wider 113. I think he wrestled 113. Yep. Lee again at 126 and Max Boyd at 182. So does a great job there. There's your Licking Valley rundown. Another great tournament. I think it was at Newark Catholic, hosted by Newark Catholic. Great job.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there's no champ that I know of that I can think of.
From the home team.
Yeah, from the home team.
It's
Yeah.
Licking County.
Anywho, Sean, we don't have a top 10 this week. However,
We don't have a top 10. We've done with the top 10s because of that. You know what? But we were talking about, we're just breaking all the molds this week. You know, we usually give our Athlete of the Month away at the end of the month.
Yes.
It's not really Athlete of the Month if you give it the first week unless you're doing, unless you're doing a report every Tuesday. But you know what? The match with Liberty and Dublin Kaufman, when Willie Plazer got illegally slammed, I mean, everybody in that gym that had any sort of green on whatsoever was yelling at this kid to stay down, stay down, stay down. And the class and the sportsmanship it took for him to get
Yes.
up and continue the match and try to win it. You know, legitimately win it. I mean, if I'm not hurt, I'm not going to take a dive to win this match. I'm going to go earn this victory for my team. And the class sportsmanship that he showed, there is no possible way anybody is going to do anything in this district in the next month to ever surpass what he did. It's not going to happen. So
and the situation behind it was he was up by like 4 or 5. And
he was up by 3.
Up by 3, gets slammed, so he gets another point there. There's 4. But
he had to get a major.
And this was the last match.
Yes, this was the last match. It was 34-30. It was the last match. If he stays down, it's over. They win. But he had confidence in himself to get the major, the tech, or the pin. And he actually got the major, and if he would have, it would have been tied 34-34, and Dublin Kaufman would have went on criteria. But he got the major with like 5 seconds left, and they called it for locking hands where he had down around the ankles, which I personally did not see. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I just personally didn't see it, and they lose 34-33. But getting back on point, that was just, again, I cannot, there's not many people or teams that would have done what they did, and since you did that,
boom! We appreciate it.
There you go. We're going to send you not only a Wrestler of the Month champion sweatshirt. There you go, Willie.
We got you a T-shirt too,
also got a
baby.
T-shirt as well, so be looking for that in the mail. And
Yes.
congratulations on everything you guys have done this year. I really am impressed with that. So.
Well, Sean, we have no top 10, so we're done there. We have sectionals coming up. Those are on the 20th, unless you're D2 sectional, then it's the 19th and the 20th. Get out and watch some wrestling, will you? It'll be at Whitehall on the 19th. Did we find out a start time for that?
They said 4 or 5, but
Okay.
we'll post that on the website or
I can do that.
something like that. We will be there as a representative.
Woo woo. Let's see. Anything you want to talk about before we press stop? Anything that you want to communicate at the end here?
Yeah,
One last little bit to
it
leave
looks like we're starting to get some movement in the weights, like the
Oh.
final push down. Joey Hessler from Lancaster moved down to 120. I think this guy's going to be a player there. I talked about it last time on the show. He really had a rough outing with James White in Delaware in that state duels, but I really think this guy is going to upset somebody and maybe screw up that bracket. Or get that bracket all jammed
It's
up.
already crazy anyway.
The big name that came down, Luke Hernandez, a guy who was actually going to move up to 4th at 138, came down to 132 and absolutely wrecked shop. I mean, this guy makes scratch and then texts Logan Ball, state qualifier, 21-6 in a match that wasn't even that close before he goes on and beats 2-2 Guerin and Jonathan from Mason. So really a guy that I would move up to number 3 right now at 132 because this guy is playing hot. At 38, we thought we'd see some movement here. Ormstein went up yesterday at 45 to test the waters with Will Green, Bias, and Ben Tate and those guys as well. Malachi Strickland as well. I think he found out maybe he's a little bit too small. I expect him to come back down to 138 for
Okay.
the sectional tournament. And then Colton Carroll, I don't know if we talked about last week, is going to be up at 82. It does, kind of does ease a little bit of the stress of 170, but just a little bit, as we're still going to have 7 or 8 guys, you know.
I was about to say, instead of being the 8th best, now in the 7th best. It's just
You
like,
know, we
man.
talked again about Strickland. He really came into form yesterday. He might be that guy that we thought he was going to be at the beginning of the year. It's a great time to get hot and wrestle well, so I'd probably move him in the top 4. Aller from Tates Valley might have broken out of the pack of the guys trying to get that 3 or 4 spot, as he had a great showing up at Dublin Drum yesterday,
Right.
winning it over Hobbs, a guy that won the tournament the week before.
Yes.
And the guy from Amanda Clear Creek that's also on the cusp of a D2 state qualifier level as well. So, and heavyweight is heavyweight.
Throw some darts, but we got dice, we got darts. What do you need over here?
I can't. I hope that it does not come down
Straws.
to the heavyweight division
Yeah.
of holding on to our T-shirt this year, our sweatshirt.
Yeah.
There's about 5 or 6 guys just roaring around, and whoever just gets plucked
Well,
out that
that-
day is going to be the guy. So hope you guys enjoyed the shows this year. I hope you enjoyed the season as much as we did.
Yes.
Really like going and watching you guys wrestle. We appreciate the people. Tom Schwartz, Genghis Tom, for all the gear he's
Huge.
given us over the year as well. And I think that's about it. As Mark said, we'll be back in 2 weeks for our whiteboard prediction. We'll also do the sectional recap. And,
Yes. Oh yeah, that's true. Now do we work that in, or do we actually
we'll
do
do
a
the
recap?
sectional recap. And
Oh
then
yeah,
we'll
and then
do
we
the
okay,
whiteboard.
cool.
Man,
So you got lucky.
S-Pen 1945. I'm still looking for a new assistant
His
police.
shoulders, man, they're
Yeah,
just getting big time. Well, that's all I got. Sean, you good?
I'm good.
All right, and now you are inside the circle.